Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Yeah. So we are going to continue our exercise on how to do Irab. And as I mentioned before, this is actually the classical approach to Irab. So there's a certain amount of Arabic in it. Okay, so we can't escape from that. If we're going to learn classical Irab, we have to do the Arabic. But we'll do this in steps so that it's manageable. It's not a shock for anyone. Yeah. So let's begin from the top. Okay. What did we see last week? Basically, how to do Irab. Yes. So we said that we have to state first when we look at a word whether it is an isim, a fi'il, or a harf. What we have not done together, yes, is how to recognize a word is an isim, how to recognize a word is a fi'il, and how to recognize a word is a harf. We have not done this together. But I am assuming, yes, I'm assuming that during access, during dream, we have actually addressed this issue. Okay, how do we see an isim, a fi'il, or harf? But we will know this more whether we've actually acquired the skill, whether we are good enough, fast enough to recognize when an isim, a fi'il, and a harf is. And even with after years of doing Irab, there are some words that can stump us. Yes, where we it doesn't seem to fit any of the identification things that we need to do. Yeah, so when we do Surah Yasin, inshallah, this will become clearer. So then we went on to say that we need to tell everyone, or we need to understand what is the status of that word. Yes, because the status of the word defines what it does within the sentence. Yes, whether it's nasab, rafa, jar, or jazm. Yeah, when we are looking at Irab here on this particular side, I'm addressing both fi'il and isim. Yeah, half doesn't have any Irab. Yeah, we said already that half does not have any place in Irab. So then once how do we establish the status? How to tell the status? You need to see the sign, the alamah. Yes, the sign. So this was done in various ways. And it doesn't matter as long as we recognize whether it is Rafat, Nasab, or Jar. Yes, so I don't mind whether we go the classical way of identifying it or the non-classical way of identifying it. Yeah, as long as we know what the status of the word is. Then and only then we will be able to tell, as I said, what function it plays in the sentence. Okay, then we had two types of alamat. And this may have confused some people, I think, from the test that was done. Yeah, Rafa, Nasab, Jar, and Jazm is not the alamat. Rafa, Nasab, Jar, and Jazm is the i'rab, the status. Yeah, but you can tell the status from the signs, the alama. Yes, so the original lines we say asli, we know this. Even in Malay we have the word asli, is dhamma, fatha, kasra for rafa, nasab, jar. And when it comes to the fi'il, it's jazm with sukun at the end. Now this is asli. That means this is the original main way of recognizing it. But it is not the only way. Okay, that's why we have the far'iyah. The far'iyah are the branches, meaning that we can use these other signs as well to recognize whether it's rafa, nasab, jar, or jazm. Yeah, and we saw it. Our waw, alif, nun, ya, fatha, and kasra. Okay, I'm going to stop here because we are going to go and do our exercise first so that we know whether we understand this or not. Yeah, inshallah. Um, has everybody clicked on the link? Can you now click on the link and see whether you can see the document that I'm looking at? Yeah, I want to explain one thing. Um, that there should be a split screen here somewhere. Why am I not seeing it? Never mind. Okay. What do you see in front of you now? Before you click the link, what did you see before you? Because sometimes we get confused. Do you see my cactus? You still see my cactus only? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, you just see the cactus. Okay, now when I click the document, this is my document. I've opened it up in my drive. Okay, so when you click, you will see something like this as well. And it is on this document that I want you to type. Okay, can you click the link and you should be appearing here. Whoa, okay. Who is this and who is this? We have Wolverine and we have, I can't even pronounce that one. Are you here? Can you click somewhere on the document? See, when I type,
Oh, I can't.
you can't. Are we looking
I
at?
click it, but it's not appearing. Do you see my name?
No, I don't see your name, Sister
I'm
Bibi.
already here.
I only see this one, as you see, the Wolverine and the Horus. Is it on the right screen? You always have this problem there.
Oh, let me go.
Sister Nazma, where are you?
Go to my Google Drive.
If you go to your Google Drive, you need to type on the actual link that I send you, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I need that.
and it's not here.
It takes me to the document, but I can't
Find it.
I mean, I can't use my
It's
cursor.
changed now. Now it's a dingo. Okay. I have a dingo and this. I'm not sure which one, Brother Hazim, is it the dingo? Okay, never mind. Let's just say, okay, if let's say who can type, just go ahead and type. Who can't type, then I will type for them. Okay. So now the first line, Zahaba Muhammadun. Zahaba Muhammadun. What I need you to tell me, yes, we take turns at this. What I need you to tell me is what is the sign and what is the status? Yes, what is the sign and what is the status of the word Muhammadun? All right. There is an enormous tiger as well. Who would like to try this? Someone who, can put your cursor there.
I can type. I cannot
Okay.
type.
You cannot type? Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe Azim, you just tell me what Muhammadun is, what's the status and what's the sign, and I'll just put it in.
Muhammadun is Rafa.
Okay, it's Rafa, and the sign is
The what do we call this? The Dhamma.
okay, the Dhamma. Okay, that's right. Dhamma. And we just we won't do on Arabic, we just do that. Okay, good. And it's an isim, right? We know that this is an
Yes,
isim because of the
Islam.
tanween. Okay. Okay, what about the next one? This should be easy. I have another one here. That's interesting. This is the anonymous frog. Okay. I've got a lot of anonymous people, but no curses. Okay. The Sister Bibi, this one easy for you.
Yes, me? Okay.
Yes, yes. This
I
just
can't type. I
okay.
can't type.
So I'll just put
Gosh,
it.
I cannot put my cursor there. I don't know why. All right. Ja'al Muslimuna is also Rafa. You mean the Al Muslimuna, right?
Yes, and the sign is
Sign is wow.
wow. If you know it as something else, then just say whatever sign that you learned. Okay, so this is the wow. So wow, wow. How do I spell wow here? Okay, wow. All right. And the next one, Sister Nazma, can you try this one? You can't type either, so I'm doing the typing tonight. Okay. We'll sort this out later. Inshallah. Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
good. Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Ani. So it is Rafa.
hmm And what's the sign?
Dun.
Sorry? The sign is?
Nun.
Yeah, I'm going to put this down first. Whether it's wrong or right, we will see how.
Okay.
Okay. The next one, who else is here?
It's
Uh,
actually Alif and Nun.
the sign is actually alif. Yeah, the sign is actually alif. Okay. Who else is here? There's 5 people here. So forgot. I've got only 3. Is this
Guest user.
sorry?
There's one guest user and the guest user.
Would the
Sister
guest like to?
Salma kan.
Is that Sister Salma?
Yeah, that's Sister Salma. This is Sister Salma.
Okay. So Sister Salma, this is also Rafa, right? What's the sign? Do you know?
Wow.
Okay, yes, Rafa. Okay. Now the next one, yeah, the 5th person. May I know who's there? Is that Sister Ralin? Is that you?
Yes. Oops.
Okay, yes. So now this is not, I'm not ask this is the word that I'm looking at. Yes. So what's the status of this word?
Yakhruju.
Yakhruju.
Fa'il. Fi'il.
It is a fi'il, yes, but what is the status of this fi'il?
Raf'a.
Rafa. And what's the sign?
Wow. Dhamma.
Dhamma. Okay, good. That's Dhamma. So actually it's quite easy because I just put all the Rafa together. Okay, so it's not a difficult thing. Then the next one, back to Sister BV, is it? Oh no, who started off just now? Brother Hazim. Yes, Yakuluna. This is also?
Rafa.
But what's the sign?
Wow.
4 fi'ils is actually the noon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually the noon because that's what we see as marfu or rafa. Yeah, we say that there's the presence of the noon. The presence of the noon indicates that this is marfu or rafa. And when there is no noon, then it's either nasab or jar, depending on what makes it nasab or jar. Nasab or jar. Nasab or majzum. Yeah, depending on what's the half that's before it. Yeah, whether the half is half nasab or half nasiba. Yeah,
Okay, sister.
half jazima. Sorry, half nasiba or half jazima. Yeah. So half jazima and half nasiba is with fi'ils. The half of nasb is actually for isims. Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes my mind gets ahead of me. Okay. So here we already corrected this, right? It is not noon, but it is alif. Okay. So any problems here? This is because it is an isim. It's not because it is fi'il. If it is a fi'il, then we're looking at the noon. But if it's an isim, we're looking at the alif. Yeah, we're looking at the alif.
The sign for fi'il only noon or
The sign for fi'il, there is actually, how many signs do you think there is for the fi'il?
3?
Okay, what are the signs?
Alif, wow and noon.
Alif, waw, and nun. Okay. Now, actually, for the fi'il, we have how many status? 3, right? And what are the 3 status?
Rafa,
Mhm.
nasab and jar.
Yes, that's right. Rafa, nasab, and jaz. So,
Jar or jazm?
jazm.
Jazm, okay.
Because isim is the one that is jar because it goes with the half of jar. Yeah, but with the fi'ils, it is actually with rafa, nasab, and jazm.
Jazm is light, correct?
Jazm is lightest.
Lightest.
Nasab is light. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So So in this case, it's rafa. It's not light or like this. Yeah. So now we go to nasab. So this is easier, right? So this is nasab. Just tell me the sign. We know this is nasab. So Sister BV, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fatha. Sign is the
This is
fatha.
fatha. So fatha is asli. Yeah, it doesn't divert. Aha ka. Mr. Nasma. Is it? Yeah. What's the sign of nasab here? Ra'aitu aha ka.
Alif. Alif. Yeah,
Alif. Yes, it is alif. Yeah, it is alif. This one. This one. I'm trying to get where the color is. Where's the color? No color? No color. Okay, never mind. And here, this is also nasab, but what is the sign, Sister Sama?
Atin.
Atin. Okay, atin. Um, okay, atin. Atin, right? So what? Okay, all right. We just put it as atin since that's how you learnt it, is it? In Access?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then, hello? Talabain, this is also nasab, but what is the sign?
Aina.
Oh, talabaina,
Yanun.
talabina. Yeah, so it is.
Yanun.
Yeah. Okay, let's. We'll go to the proper way later. Yeah. And here's the next one. Yazhabu. Yazhabu is lan. Lan here is half nasiba, like half of light. Okay. So this would be nasab. And the sign is Sister Hazim, Brother Hazim.
Alif.
It's not alif. When we make the fi'il light, right? We drop the noon.
Okay.
Remember that? Yeah,
Yes,
you drop the noon. Yeah, so we actually drop the noon. That's the sign.
Okay.
You drop the noon. Okay. Yeah, this is ya. This is actually kasrah. Yes, this is also kasrah. Atin is actually kasrah. Then we have the next one, Sister BV. This is easy.
Yeah. Kasra.
Yeah, this is kasrah. And here, Sister Nazma, you always get this one. What's the sign?
Kasra.
Nice answer.
Yeah, kasra.
Sorry?
Is yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And what is this? Umara. Ila Umara. There's something wrong here. Umara, but it's not wrong actually. What's the status for this word? Sister Salma, what status is this word? It's jar. Did you say that? Do you agree it's jar or is it nasab? Zahabtu ila. This is half of jar. Umara. So what status is Umara?
The Salma's mic is muted.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Sorry?
Maybe she has some problem. I think the mic.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now she's on.
All right. So
Is it
what?
audible?
Yes,
Audible?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah,
Alhamdulillah.
Amara is in jar status because of harf of nasab. Ila, sorry, harf of jar. Ila.
Jar. Okay, so
Yeah.
it is jar. But what is the sign though?
Harf of jar.
No,
Ila.
I mean the sign.
Sign is fatha only.
Yeah, it's fatha. Yes. So this is one of those cases where it is not asli. Yeah, just like ya is not asli. This is what we call far'iyah. It goes away from the original main sign of kasra, right? And then we actually went through how we wrote this. Yeah, how we wrote this. So this is actually ya. We only look at the ya. Yes. We don't look at the nun. Yeah, not for apa ni? Not for isims. Atin. Yeah, atin. Yes, we know this is atin, but still it is said to be kasrah. Yeah, kasrah. Only the problem here is this is nasab, right? This is nasab, but it is kasrah. Usually nasab is fathah, so this is another far'iyah. It goes away from the original sign. Yeah, it goes from the original sign. Okay. So any questions on this before we go to this last one here? Because this is something, well, this one is something new. This one is okay because remember you were asking me what are the sums for the signs for the fi'il when it is light and lightest. Okay? This is half jazima. Yes, it makes the fi'il lightest. Okay. So in this case, what's the sign for the lightest?
Lam. And it is a jazm.
Oh, no, the sign, not why it's lightest, but the sign that it is lightest.
Sukun.
Yes, sukun. Alhamdulillah. Sukun is the sign. Oh, how come it went there? Okay, but the sukun should be here somewhere, but it went there, so direction. Tak apa, we just know that this is sukun. It doesn't want to go in front there. And the next one though is not asli. Sukun is asli. Yeah. So the next one is far'iyah as well, but it was not in my table. It was not in my table that I showed you just now. So this one, the right person, Sister BV. What's the sign that it is lightest?
Okay, dropping of harf illa.
So this is the dropping of half ila. So anyone here does not understand what half ila is?
I don't.
Okay. Half ila, yes, is a weak letter. Does that ring a bell? Weak letter. Yeah. So weak letters are what letters? What are the weak letters?
Alif waw ya.
Yeah, alif, waw, yeah. Yeah, excellent. So alif, waw, and yeah. So these are all vowels, yeah. There's only one letter here that cannot be a root letter. And which letter is that? Alif cannot be a root letter, yes. This one is very important to remember because alif, because it is not a root letter, I repeat, because it is not a root letter, it cannot carry a harakah. Yes, there is no harakah for alif. Yeah, so because waw and ya, yes, they can have harakah. That's why they are root letters. But alif, no. Alif is not to be confused with hamzah. Yeah, so we have alif and we have hamzah. So this one will come across it again later. Yeah, what's the difference between alif and hamzah? So that's why sometimes you see in the Quran, I do not know whether we have a sample on Surah Al-Kahf maybe. This alif, yeah, do you see this alif? But my mushaf doesn't have the, you know, there's a sign up above the alif that looks like a tadpole sometimes. Yeah, it's like a sukun, yeah, but it has a little tail. Yeah. So this alif, this is alif ta'rif. Alif ta'rif meaning that it makes the isim after it ma'rifah. Yeah. This alif is also known as hamzatul wasal. Can you see it? Okay. So what other alif? This is any other hamzatul wasal here? Yeah, here. Oops, sorry. When I make it big, it disappears.
Fil hayati dunya.
Yeah, so this is also hamzatul wasal. This is also hamzatul wasal. Yeah. When you choose to say fil hayati, the alif is not pronounced. Yeah, the alif is not pronounced because this is actually an alif. Although they call it hamzatul wasal or the hamzah that joins. Yeah, wasatu means to join. So the alif that joins, right? It actually is the hamzah that joins is actually an alif. And so that's why when we join it together, we say fil hayati, we don't pronounce the al. But if for some odd reason we were to stop, we want to start at al hayati, we do say as if there is a fatha on top of the al. Yeah. So this is the magical thing about hamzatul wasal. Yeah. It's actually an alif, but we call it a hamzah because it only is a hamzah when we are not joining it. Yeah, when we're not joining it. So we just get an introduction into it first, yeah, and then later on it will become clearer. So alif is never a root letter, inshallah. Okay, so we leave this for a while. We go back to our slide and we're going to go over again what we did last week because I think it's quite a tough topic. Yeah, like I said, Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf, the grammarians say this is one of the tougher ones. And so what is Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf? Let's have a look again. So we said that the word mim, nun, and ain, yeah, the root letters mim, nun, and ain means to prevent. Yeah, to prevent. So mamnoo is the thing that's being prevented from sarfing away. Sarfing, as in the quiz that you did, sarfing is to turn away, or to change. That's another meaning to sarf. Yeah, so it cannot change the way that it is supposed to change. So we saw just now umara. It's supposed to be umari, but something was preventing it from changing to kasra. Yeah, so it still stayed as fatha. So when we say something is mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf or partly flexible, yeah, the term that we are more familiar with, partly flexible, it's because it resembles a fi'il. And why do we say it resembles a fi'il? We said before, yeah, because like all fi'ils do not come with tanwin, right? We said that the isim does not come with tanwin, just behaving like a fi'il. No fi'ils come in with a tanwin. Only isims come in with a tanwin. And then we said that the isim does not come with a kasrah. We already said kasrah is the sign of jar. And we said for fi'ils, jar is not possible. Only majzoom is possible. Yeah. So this is why we say it resembles a fi'il. Yeah. So this is just to remind you what mim nun ain means, to forbid or to prevent. The Arabic way of saying is this. Yeah. Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf is mamnoo mina tanwin. That means it's prevented from taking on a tanwin. Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf also means mamnoo mina kasrah, meaning that you make it jar, yujaru is a fi'il, yeah, you make it jar with a fatha, not with a kasrah. So this is why we say it's mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf and it resembles a fi'il. Yeah. Okay. Now, have you heard of half of nas? You've heard of half of nas, yeah? Another name for half of nas is actually half mushabbah bil fi'il. Half mushabbah bil fi'il. What it's basically saying is this half resembles a fi'il. And why do we say this half resembles a fi'il? Because it makes the word after it nasab. Yes, it makes the word after it nasab. That means there's no kasrah involved. So again, because of this, it makes the isim not come with a kasrah. It makes it into looks like a fi'il. It makes the word after it looks like a fi'il. So we call this half, that it makes the thing after it become like a fi'il. Yeah, so that's another name for half of nasab. So if you come across this term, half mushabbah bi fi'il, they're actually talking about half of nasb. Yeah, half of nasb, the half that makes an isim mansub. Okay. Now, mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf, I want you to clear your mind because we learned partly flexibles here and there when we did access and read. It was never done as a proper topic on its own. Okay, you see something? This is partly flexible. You see that? It's partly flexible. It was never organized in a way that we can organize, right? So this is the reason why I went through this. Okay, I'm saying here, for Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf, there are two conditions or two situations. One, when you can need only this reason, this one reason, enough. It will be Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf. It will be partly flexible. You see this and you know it's going to be partly flexible. The second condition is there must be two reasons why for it to occur. Okay, it cannot happen without the other. These two have to go together. Then only it becomes partly flexible. So let's look at the easier one. Okay, now this is easy to remember. Only two reasons basically. When you have an alif that denotes that something is feminine. Okay, when you have an alif that denotes something that is feminine. It doesn't mean that all the words that end with an alif is feminine. Yeah, some words are masculine. They end with alif as well. But this, it has to be feminine. Yeah, it has to be feminine and it ends either with maqsurah, alif maqsurah, or alif mamduda. Have you heard this before? Sorry, that should be a sukun. Have you heard of this before? From in dream? I think there is, right? In the notes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sister.
Yes. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Let me just correct that. That should be a sukun. Now, what does maqsurah and mamdudah mean? Does anybody know? What does maqsurah and mamdudah mean? Remember, we were saying that if there is a word that we come across and we want to we want to find the meaning, we need to recognize the root letters, right? If we don't recognize the root letters, then we cannot tell the meaning because the root letters is the one that gives the meaning. So what do you think are the root letters for maqsurah? Who recognizes the root letters for maqsurah? Sisters, sorry? Qaf, qaf, sad, ra, and mamduda?
Mim dal dal.
Mim, dal, dal, mamduda. Okay. So let's see what these words. Does everybody agree with that, or anybody doesn't agree with that?
No.
No.
In
Okay.
Mamduda, the last letter will be Alif Hamza.
Yes. Alif Hamza is the mamduda. Alif Hamza is mamduda. Maqsura
And
is this.
Maksura
Is this alif?
small Alif.
Yes, this alif.
And
Qaf sad ra actually means short, shorten. When you shorten something. Yeah. Mamduda is actually when you extend something. Yeah? You extend something. So alif hamza, the sound. Yeah. Or hamza, usually we see hamza alif, right? Then we become But in this case, mamduda means to extend the word. Yeah. So like this, Laila and Shaima. This is a name. Yeah. Shaima. But there is a condition though. For alif hamza, it must be preceded by 3 letters before it becomes Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf. Yeah, before it becomes Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf. Okay. Then we have something called muntaha jumu'. Muntaha jumu'. This is a pattern that actually denotes something what we call a super plural. That means lots and lots of this isim is happening. Yeah. So we have 2 patterns here, mafa'il or mafa'il. Yes, mafa'il, mafa'il. Yeah. So this means mosques and this means keys. Yeah. The root letters are sin, jim, and dal. And this one is fa, ta, and ha. We saw this. Yeah. Any other words that you can think of that you know that is in the Quran that is of this pattern? Anybody?
Masabi.
Masabih. Yes, masabih. Yes, that's good. Anything else?
Masharik.
Wow, okay. Good. Alhamdulillah.
Magharibi.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of this actually means super plural. Yeah, super plural. Very a lot. Because when you talk about masabih, we're talking about the stars in the sky, right? There's lots and lots of stars in the sky. So maksura, just remember, is the short alif. Yes. And alif with a hamza. It's also the standing alif. Yeah. This is what we call short. Even the standing alif is also under that category. Yeah. This is what we call extended because we have the hamza. Yeah. So the other one that was quite scary, maybe, yeah, is actually the one with the two reasons. But actually, it's not that scary. We just have two categories of things. You have to see two things. First, a name, the other, a description. This is alamiyah, is proper name. No, proper name, like proper name means not just a noun, but the name of something, name of a place, name of a person, yeah, proper name of a thing, yeah. So alamiyah and wasfiyah. Wasfiyah is description. I'll have the English thing on the next slide, yeah, but I just want you to know that there are two categories here. One is name, the other one is descriptive. Though some English websites call these adjectives, but I refrain from calling it adjective because it's actually a description. Adjectives is sifah. With sifah, you need a mausuf. It's always tied to a mausuf. But wasfiyah is more than that. Yeah, wasfiyah can be a sifah, yes, but it can also be just a state of somebody. Yeah, a description of somebody. Like I said, an angry man. Okay, so that is mausuf sifah. Man who is angry. Yeah, an angry man. But if you say he is angry, that's no longer mausuf sifah. That is mubtada and habar. Yeah, but angry is still a description. Wasfiyah, he is angry. It's his state, his condition. Yeah. So wasfiyah is strictly speaking not an adjective, it's a description. Yeah. So proper name, description, and something else. The word ukhara means another. Yeah, another, something else. So let's go to the English slide. Yeah, we saw just now. Alamiyah, ukhra. So we said ujma. The word was ujma. Ujma actually means non-Arabic. Yeah, non-Arabic. And meaning to them, we are foreign. Okay, we are foreign. To the Arabs, we are foreign. To us, they are foreign. Okay, but this is ujma means non-Arabic, and it was to the state was actually yeah. What are the root letters of ujma? Let's go back. Sorry. What are the root letters here?
Ain, Jim, Mim.
Yeah, Ain, Jim, and Mim. Yeah. So let's see what is that here, because just want you to be aware. Search Ain, Jim, and Mim. Ain, Jim, and Mim. Okay, here, Ajam. Ajam.
Jam.
So what they said about Ujma was, where is it? Yeah, here we are. So it's an Arabic way of expression to the point that they call it as barbaric. No, it's barbaric, apparently. So the Arabs consider themselves very cultured. Yeah. So when you talk about ujbah, for them, it's someone who's outside their culture. Yeah, outside their culture. So that's one. But as you can see here, yeah, we're talking about Ibrahim, yeah, Nabi Ibrahim. So it can't be uncultured. Yes, he was a prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So ujma is just non-Arabic. Yeah, we take it as non-Arabic. And the name has to be feminine as well before it can be partly flexible. And we have three different types of feminine. Remember, we said that is feminine in terms of how we say it, yeah, and in meaning, like Fatimah, there's a tamabuta. So both the way it looks as well as the meaning, it's feminine. Yeah. The other thing is like Zainab, there's no tamabuta, so the meaning is only in the meaning. Yes, the feminine meaning is only in the meaning. And then we have something here where it sounds like feminine because of tamabuta, but of course it is not a feminine person. Yeah, this is a man's name, Talha. So this is only in how we say it. Yeah. So then we said something called a mix of words connected together. This is the tarkib, where we have two words. For example, here the two words are hadra maut. Yeah, and this word is bakla, and the other one is bika. Yeah, so we have actually combined two different proper names and made it into one proper name. Yeah, like this one. Yeah. Then we have something easy to understand, a name that ends with alif and nun. Yes, remember, a name that is tarkib, a name that is feminine, a name that is ujma, a name that ends with alif and nun, like Usman. Yeah, Usman, one. Then we have a name that is adl. Now, this adl, as I said before, has nothing to do with justice. Okay, this particular adl is not something to do with justice. This adl is something to do with how it doesn't obey grammatical rules. Okay, it deviates. It deviates. So if you look at the words again, remember, make it a habit. Always make it a habit. If you don't understand something, find the root letters and search for it. Yeah, and you always have Mr. Google to help. Yeah, Alhamdulillah. So adl, yeah, we know that usually is justice, but what we are looking at is actually not that. We are looking at this one. Adala ya'dilu. Yeah, to deviate, serve, deflect. So it actually is something that is apart from the usual thing. I'm not going to go over why we say this is doesn't follow the rules. Yes, because that's another whole subject, a whole, maybe one whole lesson on that alone. Yeah, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to remember the pattern for the name. Okay, the pattern is normally fu'alu. Yeah, normally the pattern is fu'alu. Anything you see that is a name with this pattern, you can say it's adl. Yeah, you just remember the easy way. Then when the name is in the form of a verb, because Ahmadu, yeah, it can be a family form, family form fi'il. Yeah, then we have Yazid, it can be Yazidu. Yeah, Yashkur. It looks like a verb, but in actual fact, it is a name. When that happens, then you have this partly flexible thing. Yeah, when you have. Then the other one, the other category under description was fear. All of this does not apply. Only these three applies. Yeah, so it starts here. A description that ends with alif nun, like ghadban, which is angry, then this would be Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf. Yeah, partly flexible. Adl, you just remember these four. These are the ones that usually appear. Yeah, musna, sulas, ruba, ukhar. Yeah, masna, sorry, musna. Masna is actually in twos, in threes, in fours. Yes, this one we were talking about the wings of the angels, remember? Yeah, ukhar. Yeah. So this is uhar actually comes from the comparative aharu. Aharu. Yeah. Like I said, this is another topic. So you just remember this. To make things easier, just remember this. If you see this, then you know it is partly flexible. Then here, same concept when it is in the form of the verb. Yeah, wasn't ahsanu, afdal, ahmar. Yeah, this is color. So when it is in this pattern and it's a description, then it is also partly flexible. Okay. Easy to remember. Not always a mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf is mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf. So when you stick a half of jar in front of it, or a half of jar, sorry. When you stick alif lam in front of it, yes, it actually becomes masrufan back again. That means if you have a half a jar in front, this can take ja. Yeah, it can take ja. And in this case, when it is a mudaf, this is a mudaf, this is your mudaf ilai, al-Madinah is your mudaf ilai, yeah, then it can also take back its kasra. Yeah, the only thing is, masa jadi this should be double or single? Tell me. Why isn't it double? If it has become, munsarif or masruf, why isn't it double? Can you give me a reason? Right? We said that if it has al in front and as mudaf in front, why are both of them are not double? Can we say when it's munsarif, it should be un and in, no problem.
It's mudaf, so
Yes,
it has to be light.
yes, good. And the other one, because of the al, it also has to be like that. Two reasons why we need to be like. One of the two, there are more other reasons as well, right? So this is because there's al, and because this is mudaf. And mudaf is light with no al. Alhamdulillah. Okay, just one more rule under Mamnoo minaṣ-Ṣarf, and then we do an exercise. What am I saying here? Okay, we shall not look at that. Names of countries. Yes, balad is here, countries. Cities is mudun. Yeah, cities is mudun. Are partly flexible. Names of these countries and cities. Why do we say this? Because, yes, because, oh, sorry. Sorry. Because they are feminine. So the reason why they are partly flexible is because they are names of proper places, proper names of places, yeah, and they are feminine because we always treat countries and cities as feminine. Yeah. So this one we need to know. Why is it partly flexible? Because it's a city, it's a country. But of course, with Arabic, yeah, like I said here, Sumi'a minal Arab, because it was heard from the Arabs. This is actually the proper Arabic way of saying this, yeah. It was heard from the Arabs, but we call it because the Arabs say so, yeah, because the Arabs say so. And now I think there's a new term, isn't it? Because of the Arab barbecue party or something. I can't remember. There's another way of expressing it that Ustad Numanes called it, yeah. But the Arabic way is actually Sumi'a minal Arab, yeah. That means we heard from the Arabs that they said it this way. Yeah, so these are some of the places where although they are names of cities and countries and are supposed to be feminine, yeah, they treat it as fully flexible. Yeah, Hunain, Mina, Badr, Wasit. Wasit is actually a town between what is the town? I can't remember. I know this one is near Ta'if, but this is between, what was it, Baghdad and somewhere else. I can't remember where. There was another place. But this city was built by, the Muslim ruler called Hajjaj, the one who was very cruel. Yeah? That's the same ruler. And he built this town, Wasit. And so, although these are names of cities, yeah, but they are not partly flexible. Yeah, they're fully flexible. Yeah, even Mina. Done. Okay. So let's do a short exercise just to see whether we got it. Yeah. Um, can someone, does anyone know how to do a screenshot with Skype? Sister Bibi, do you know how?
I can try.
Wait,
Just,
not this one, not this one. Hold
Okay.
on. Let me go to the slide that I want you to take a screenshot of, because you need to do this. Okay. Okay. Take a screenshot of this.
So when I take the screenshot, it will appear in the chat, is it? I have not done it.
Yes, I should be. So then you all can refer to that, yeah, because then you have a point of reference. Let's try that.
How do I put it in the chat? Is it appearing in the chat? No.
Have you taken the shot?
I did.
Or maybe,
Oh, okay. There. Oh, Sister Nazma did it. I don't.
Okay, so this is the screen because the other screen is easier to remember, right? This one is easier to remember, the one that is the two conditions. Yeah, so when you have alif ta'nis and when it is in the super plural form. Yeah, so this one is easy to remember. No need for that one. I assume you can remember this, inshallah. I know you guys can. Inshallah. Okay. So bimasabih. Now we know this. So what's the answer to this, Brother Hazim? Why is it partly flexible? Give me a reason why.
بمصابيح.
Yeah, masabih. Why is it partly flexible?
Because it's super plural.
Yep, it's super plural. Good. Okay, bibakah. Sister Bibi, easy one for you.
Name of place.
Name of place, yes. And Ahmadu, Sister Nazma. Why is it partly flexible?
Mamnoo is the first line.
Sorry, did you say something?
The first line.
Yeah, refer to the screenshot just now that you did. There are two reasons, yeah? All of these have two reasons. This one is because it is a name, alamiah. Sorry, this is one reason. Sorry, this is muntaha jumu'. Yes, the super plural. Just one reason required. Bibaka, it is actually the name of a place and it is feminine. Ta'nis, these are two reasons why. Ahmadu, what
It's
are the two reasons?
form of verb.
Yes, it's a form of verb as well as it has to have two reasons.
Proper name.
Yes, it is a proper name. Alhamdulillah. Sister Salma. Yusufa.
She's not here.
She left. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who else is here then? Sister Ralin, is she here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So what is this?
This is the non-Arab name.
Non-Arab name. Good. Alhamdulillah. Ramadan. Ramadan. Back to Sister Brother Hazim. Sorry, Brother Hazim. Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Mhm.
Name end with alif nun? No?
Yeah, that's right. Name is Alamiyah and it ends with Alif Nun. Yes, Ziyadah Alif Nun. Okay. Mawatin. Mawatina. What's this? Sister BV.
Hmm.
Mm. Mafa'il.
Yeah, it's plural.
Yeah, super
Remote.
plural. Yeah. Okay, since I did that for you, tell me why. Tell me why.
Full name.
Although this is the name of a city, a place, and we said that it is Tanis, right? It is not partly flexible. Why is it not partly flexible? The reason.
Yeah, I said that just now, right? Exception.
You can use the simple way.
Tanwin.
No, why does it have the cast? Why is it actually jar? It shouldn't be jar if it's partly flexible. So my question is, why is it jar? Why is
Oh,
it
it's because
flexible?
it's Munsarif. It's fully flexible.
Okay, and why has it become fully flexible? The reason that we said just now.
It's either it should be al.
No, it's not al. It's not a mudaf either. It's the mudaf
Yeah,
ilay
it's not a
actually.
mudaf.
Okay. So what's the
What was
reason
the
now?
reason just now? Just forgot. Is it the wasfia?
No, not the wasfia. Not the wasfia. Anyone can help Sister BV?
Is it because the Arab said so?
Yes, exactly. Because the Arab say so. Okay.
Simple
Yeah.
one.
So it's masrufah li'annahu as-sama. Yeah, as-sama means what they said. Okay. Okay. So that's the one that we will learn later when we make statements. Okay. Lizikra. Lizikra, back to Brother Hazim. Why is this partly flexible?
Zikro, because it end with alif maksura.
Yes, it
Alif.
ends with alif maksura. Good. So there's only one reason, right? No need two reasons. Okay, Ghadban. Ghadban. What is Ghadban? Sister PV again? Is it? Have I gone round?
Excuse me for a while, Sister Zuraida. I need to
Okay.
answer this call. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but straight to Sister Nazma then.
Uh, this is like the Osman Rahman.
Ah, but it's not alamiah. What do we call this? Mhm.
Ah, Muwasif.
Yeah, wasfiyah. Okay,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
wasfiyah. Wasfiyah meaning it's a description and it ends with alif nun. Okay, bayda. Bayda, Sister Radlin. Why is this partly flexible? Two reasons or one reason? Mhm. Are you there, dear?
Sister, for the two reason, it must
Ah,
have two reason, not if only one reason. So it not
uh,
partly
this one
flexible.
is, this is actually one reason. But I was just asking whether it's one or two. What do you
Oh,
think this is? This is actually one reason, and what is the one reason?
I thought it end if with alif
Yeah,
maksura.
this is mamduda. Yeah, with the hamza,
Mamduda.
it's mamduda. It's extended. Yeah, extended alif, hamza. Okay, bukhara, bukhara. Why is this partly flexible? Who's turn now? I had one more sister, right? Is that Sister Hamisa? No, Sister. Is there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Which
Bukhara.
Which one?
Bukhara.
Oh,
Here, this one.
it's the pattern of this thing. Oh,
What was the
Umar.
reason that?
Umar Adil. Adil, is it?
Yes. As well as it's it's alamiah or wasfiyah?
This is Alamia.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
No?
No.
Meme, right? No?
Bukhara.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not.
okay. It was Fia.
It is wasfiyah.
Naga.
Yes, this is wasfiyah. Okay, the final one for tonight. Masakina. Masakina. You
Super
can do
plural.
this. Masakina. Mafa'ila. Yes, it is super plural. Alhamdulillah. Good. Yeah. Before we go, I want to ask you 3 questions. Okay, 3 questions to prepare you for the next class. First question. Huwa al-qadi is the judge. Ra'aytu al-qadiya. Yes, I saw the judge. Marartu bil-qadi. I passed by the judge. Okay, so we have qadi, qadiya, bil-qadi. Right? So, question here, what is the Irab of this qadi, that qadiya, and this qadi? Brother Hazim, would you like to try?
The Iraq.
The status. Is it Rafa, Nasab, or Ja? This is isim. These
Oh,
are all isim.
this is Rafa.
Which one is Rafa?
The Huwal Qadi.
Wal Qadi. Okay, this one?
Huwal Qadiya. This is Nasab.
nasab. And this one,
This is jar
why do you say this is rafa?
because
There's no dhamma there.
uh, the is end with alif mamduda. No,
No, it doesn't end with alif manduda. It doesn't alif with manduda. We say it's rafa because we know this is haba al-muttada and this is habar, right?
sabar. Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so this is why it is rafa. But the sign we cannot see. Yeah, the sign we
Okay.
cannot see. So this is something we will tackle the next class.
Okay.
This one we can see. There's a fatha on the ya, right? So
Yes.
there's no issue here. But here again, there is no kasrah on the ya. Remember, we always look at the end letter, right? We said when we want to tell the status. Yeah, but there's a sukun. So you're saying that this is jar, right? Because of half
Yes.
of jar, right?
Yes.
So this is another issue. Yeah. So this is what we call, yeah, isim manqus. It's a nakis isim. Ends with a weak letter. Yeah. And how do we recognize an isim manqus? Yeah. When the letter it ends with a ya. Yeah. It ends with a ya. Yeah. It's any isim that ends with a ya. And the ya is light ya. It's not ya with shadda or anything like that. Yeah. And what comes before it is a kasra. The letter before it comes with a kasra. This is how we know it is isim manqus. We're only talking about this particular state. Yeah. When it has a kasra before it and it is a ya. It is a ya. So the same here. And in this case, we have what we call Irab that we call muqaddar. Yeah, muqaddar. So we will do this in detail next week. Okay, the next question. Sister Nazma,
Okay.
what's the Irab of all these? Meaning, what status is this?
It will be the same. The first one will be Rafa.
Mm-hmm.
And
This.
then I Nasab
Mm-hmm.
and Jar.
Okay, huh? There should be a B here, yeah? B Isa.
Maratu is
I thought I corrected it. Well, okay. Okay, anyway, so Maratu B Isa. Yeah, I passed by Isa. So obviously we can't tell, right? Because we have this alif maksura at the end. And there's no way we can tell whether it's Dhamma or whether it's Fatha or whether it's Kasra. Yeah, so this is a very strong case of we can't see. Yeah, just now we had some hope because we saw at least Qadiyah. Yeah, but in this case, absolutely don't know what's going on. Yeah, right. So the only way we could tell is because we know the function beforehand. We know this is Jumla Ismiyah, this is Mubtada Haba. Otherwise, we will be clueless. Yeah, we will be clueless. Okay, so this is what we call the isim of Maqsur. I mean, the Irab of the isim Maqsur. Yeah. So what is an isim Maqsur? Anything that ends with an alif. This is not a ya. This is alif. Yes. And before it is a fatha. Yeah. So anything that ends with an alif and before it is a fatha. So this is your Maqsur. Yeah. And this is also a muqaddara. Qaddara, what we call muqaddara. Yeah. Before this, we only had like isim marfu alamatu rafi'i ad-dhammah, that zahirah, for example, yeah, or niyabatan an. But this is a third way of saying something, muqaddara. So what is muqaddara? We will learn again. Then the third case is this one. Huwa sadiqi. Translate this, Sister Bibi.
He is my friend.
Ah, he is my friend, right? And then Ra'aitu sadiqi. I saw my friend, right? And this one, I keep on the
B.
B. Yeah. How would we
I
say it?
passed by my friend.
I passed by my friend. Yeah. So here again, you can't tell. There's no sign of Dhamma. There's no sign of Alif. So, so here Sadiqi, also you can't tell anything. And here also you cannot tell anything. So what what case do we call this? Just now we saw isim manqus, we saw isim maqsur. What is this case called? Okay, this case is called this. Yeah. What's this? Okay. It's actually when you have a ya mutakalim at the end of the word. Ya mutakalim is what's another way of saying ya mutakalim? This one I have to ask actually. Yeah, I will correct this. Ya mutakalim mutakalim means what? What does mutakalim mean?
The person who's speaking.
Yes, the person who is speaking. Yeah, the person who is speaking. So that's why we say my. Yeah, my. So that means it is basically first person. Yeah. So it is actually first person. So when you do this, you cannot see anything. Yeah. So we need to address this, and we need to see how. Actually, we see how it is written. Yeah, we see that the word is written with muqaddara. Initially, when we did the other irabs, yes, remember we used the word zahira. That means we can see the changes. In this case, we cannot see the changes. So we will learn about the reasons why and how we will say it when we do the irab. Yeah. So we can't run away from this, yeah, because this is classical irab. And we need to do this because sometimes we can only do so much irab in class with ustad and with the other ustads as well. Yeah. So there are certain surahs that we want to read in the Quran that we haven't sat down and then done it with someone else. But we don't want to lose out. Yeah, we don't want to lose out because there's so many, how do you say? So many resources out there. Yeah, for example, here I'm just showing you one resource where you can actually find out the Irab, yes, by going into a website. For example, this particular Irab, this particular website, they have what they call uh, many parts to it. One of it is it gives you the Irab of whatever it is that you are looking at. Yeah. So, for example, in this case, if you want to look at Surah Al-Fatiha, we would go to Al-Fatiha, and we see the first ayat. In this case, they take as Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So, want to know what the Irab for that is, and it comes out. Yeah. But if we don't learn the classical way of doing things, yes, then we won't know what it's saying here. Yeah, it's Arabic. You won't know. So that's why it's important that you learn this. Yeah, you learn this so that then, even without the class, without attending Dream or without attending any class, you can understand what is going on. Yeah, this is our aim. And then once you know this, you know the function of the word in that particular surah, you can translate. Otherwise, you cannot translate. Yeah. But back again to what we were doing, it's just that you must also understand we need to have a very strong hold of how do you say uh, our vocabulary must be good, and we need to know our sarf very well. Without sarf, we can't tell what the word is. Yeah, whether this is an isim, whether it's a fi'il, what type of isim, from which family, because we know from, isims go from, how do you say, changes, can from family to family, the meaning of that word changes when we go from family to family. Yes, for example, the word muqaddara. Muqaddara, there is a shadda here, right? There's a shadda here. So this actually comes from family 3, muqaddara. So when we do Irab, we say it's a takdiran Irab. Yeah, what we mean by takdiran Irab.
Family two.
But takdiran is the masdar for family two, right? So actually, when we look at family 2, the meaning of takdiran, yeah, kaptara, yeah, qaf, dal, and ra, yes, qadara, to decide, to decree, yes, this is under family 1, mujarrad, yes. Or what else is there? What other meanings? Just that, right? Took out the but actually because there's a shadda, we know it comes under family 2. Yes? So muqaddara is something that has already been determined. Yeah? Something that is already determined. Yeah? Or to estimate. This is the other thing. So sometimes when people want to translate muqaddara, sorry, I go back to here, muqaddara, it means that it is something that is estimated. But I prefer to say it is something that has already been predetermined, but for reasons unknown, it doesn't show it. Yeah, like what we saw just now. Yeah, Isa, Isa, Isa. Can't tell whether it's a Dhamma or Kasra or Fatha because of the Alif Maksura. So we need to know what is the predetermined value of that thing. Yeah, or we estimate based on what we saw in the sentence, where that word is in the sentence. Is it a haba? Is it a fa'il? Yeah, is it a maf'ul? Then we can then know roughly what the sign should be based on that. Yeah, but that kind of like in a way defeat the purpose because we actually want to know the word, the sign, and then we can tell what the function is, right? Rather than the other way around. So sometimes uh, it depends on what it is that you are looking at. Yeah, what it is that you are looking at, inshallah. So next week, I'm going to go over again the, how do you say? The question 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and then we'll see what the way of the how to say the Arabic way of saying the Irab for that particular word or so on and so forth, and what the sentence actually mean. Yeah, what the sentence means. Like for example, like I said, when you saw this just now, you had terms like muqaddara. What is muqaddara? Yes, we know this already, right? Isim marfu, alamat, we know raf'i, we know dhamma, we know. Yeah, but then we say here muqaddara ala alya, blah, 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 blah. Oh, what's this? This is a lot of things. But I don't want you to be scared, those who are not familiar with these terms, yeah, because we will keep on repeating this. But the easy way is, of course, we just recognize what the word is, what the status is. We don't have to explain all this. That is already in itself enough for us to translate things. Okay, that one I'll be frank with you. But why we're doing this whole process is so that if you do open something like I said just now, like that website I showed you just now, you won't be lost. Yeah, you won't be lost. You actually know what to look for, and then it becomes oh sorry, it becomes clear. Yeah, what is it that it means? Yeah, for example, this one we know Jam or Majrur. I think you have done this again and again, right? Inside your even with Dream, right? Jam or Majrur is not a strange phrase, right?
Yes.
Rather, yeah, you're familiar with this, right? But
Yes.
maybe fi mahali also, right? This is something that you already learned. Yeah.
Yes.
But then there might be things like istiqnafia. What about istiqnafia?
No.
No. So
Never.
things like this. So this one, so this one we will come across it and we'll try and help you out there. Yeah. So mahzuf, this is another one. I think you've done a bit of mahzuf at least. Yeah. You know that mahzuf means to drop something, to make it disappear. Yeah. So these are the things that we aim to do, inshallah. So the primer is there so that you're prepared to do for the Yasin, not like totally lost what's going on. Yeah, so that's what the primer is for. And the primer, like I said, will take some time. Yeah, because I think another 4 lessons before we can actually start with Surah Yasin, inshallah. Yeah? Okay. So do we have any questions before we go off? It's already 10:15. Sorry to take you over the time. Sister Sama, any question? Just joined us.
Alhamdulillah, sister. Actually, I lost my connection, internet connection, so I was out.
Okay. So hopefully the recording will help. The
I will go.
recording will.
I will go through the recording, and I will ask you any questions are there.
Okay, right. Yes. And Brother Hazim, is it better this time round? Or
Yeah, yes, sister.
oh,
This time is
oh,
better.
okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay. I know Sister Bibi and Sister Nazma does this in their sleep, so they're okay. What about you, Sister Radin? Are you okay? Your
Okay.
mic. Alhamdulillah. Okay, good. So we hope that all of you can be here next week also, inshallah, because we want
Allah.
to tackle Muqaddara, what Muqaddara is all about. And then and only then we can start on Mabni. Mabni is a different world of its own. Yeah. Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay then. Subhanallahi wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.